Mopar type color on the truck. You enjoying your cone of shame? Yeah? What's going on, guys? Happy Aloha Friday and welcome back to my little piece of paradise I call the Lonestar Hawaiian Garage. Guys, it has been an interesting few months. We're still caught in quote-unquote quarantine. A lot of us are still working from home. I'm working from that little standing desk over there in the corner. But regardless, guys, I want to take a quick minute and say thank you to the real heroes out there, which are our teachers. Some of you may know my wife is a middle school teacher. Ever since day one, school has been back in session with this COVID pandemic. She's been working extremely long hours, 12 hours a day on the regular, typically works on Sunday or Saturday to prepare herself for the next week. She has to manage a class online while managing kids in the classroom. On top of all the COVID safety regulations, it's been a complete nightmare. And she's by far undercompensated for the hours she is working. So all of you public school teachers out there, public, private, whatever you teach, you guys are freaking heroes. Thank you for what you do. Now, one thing I want to do in today's video is give a chance to recognize one of your friends or family that you might have not seen in a little while. So definitely stay tuned for our giveaway in today's video. But guys, we are back with the 07 Silverado today. This truck has transformed from what it was when I bought it years ago in Waianae, Hawaii. And those of you who have been with me for a while will know that we've gone through our fair share of headlamps. My favorite by far are these AlphaRex Nova Series headlamps for this truck. The light output, the drivability of them is really top notch. Styling wise, it's good, not great, but our goal today is to make them great. And what's really cool about this process today, even if you don't have these exact headlamps, these are steps you can take to make your truck your own. And we're gonna take the truck out for a quick drive. It's been sitting for a few days. Get the fluids running, pull the truck right back into Paradise Cove here and start the wonderful process of pulling those suckers out. Let's get going. Here we go, guys. Last look at the Nova Series LEDs from AlphaRex USA. These are so sick. I do kind of like the styling. I don't love the styling. I'll get to what I'm talking about here in a minute, but it's time to pull the front grille, the shroud, and the headlamps back out once again. I've said this twice before. This is the last time I'm gonna be pulling these headlamps out. And I regret saying it because every time I do say it, I end up pulling them out again. So, word of advice, never say never. If you have not joined me in one of my 10,000 videos how to pull these headlamps out, this top shroud has come out, the front grille has to come out. These little pins here, you're gonna pull up the middle, pop the pin out. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these pins, and then you get to the grille. The grille has tabs in the back. You have to squeeze with pliers, pull it out. There's one here, I believe there's 2 here, 2 and 1. So, you guys are going to a time lapse because we're gonna knock that out really quick. Once you pull those out, these headlamps have 3 10mm bolts to pull out, and then the headlamp comes right in. So next up is the headlamps. We have 3 10mm bolts to pull out. We have 1 on top, 1 on the inside, and then here between the fender and the bumper, 1 last 10mm bolt right there. Now that we have those out of the truck, what's the game plan here? We're gonna have to remove the clear lens from the housing. Now what I wanna do is accent some of these elements of this really cool headlamp with my truck. Paint match a lot of this on the inside, and then also delete some of this ugly chrome on these lights. And then lastly, try to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with this reflector. But to do that, I need to remove the lens from the housing. There's a few different ways you can do this. You can put it in the oven. I'm gonna use a heat gun. And then basically from there, it's all guesswork. So we're gonna see where we go from here. And then we'll get to the design. So I'm really excited to show you because there's not gonna be another one in the world. I promise you that. Let's go. don't know if I should use the word advanced or complicated. So looking at the headlamps, high beams here, see how they're connected with this control module. There's multiple of these. And on top of that, I pulled the daytime running lamps out, and that's these LEDs right here. There's 3 of them, and then you can see all these different plugs and whatnot. I am taking a lot of photos and using a Sharpie to try to mark some of these areas because, for example, if you look there, you have a couple of those colored wires with a yellow and white, and you come over here, and it's the same exact thing. So if you swap these, I don't know what happens. The last thing I want to happen is to reassemble all of this, reseal the headlamp, and then realize I hooked that up wrong. So if you are doing this with a complicated headlamp like this, take pictures and mark everything. There is so much of this crap all over my garage now. So much, but the good news is we do have the passenger side all pulled apart. All the little pieces, all the million screws sitting here on the box, and we've scraped off as much of this silicone sealant as we possibly can. So that's pretty much done. Now I do have some bad news. The bad news here is I've in fact changed my mind again. The gloss black on this, when I pulled the reflector out, removed those lights, this looks really good. Now, if you do know, obviously, the front grille of our truck is a gloss black right here with some of the chrome accents as well. This is a gloss black wrap, and I'm thinking if I tie that up and around the truck to the headlights, that's gonna look so sinister. It needs to look a lot better keeping it gloss black than paint matching this to the truck. And part of that decision is being made because I don't plan on keeping this truck a dark blue for the long term. I do eventually want to do a custom wrap on this truck, and if I do, the blue headlamps are definitely not going to work, and I do not want to pull them apart and do this all over again. We have a ton of work to do because all these little pieces here need some loving. Around these headlights, we have this chrome trim going on. We're going to sand that down, paint it gloss black. These horrible reflectors, sanding this down, going gloss black. And then on the bezels themselves, the headlights, this chrome bezel going around the lights, that's going gloss black as well. So it looks super mean. The 2020 Trail Boss comes with a gloss black front end and gloss black rear bumpers. A few videos ago, we wrapped the rear end of this gloss black. So I think it's gonna tie in perfectly with the overall theme of the truck. Better than just paint matching those lights. So what that means for me is I got a ton of work to do on these little tiny pieces. So we got 400 grit sandpaper, some water in the buckets. We have our 8 LED lights and then our 4 bezels. Basically, the whole goal here was to rough it up, put a couple good layers of primer on here, and then we'll get to the black paint. After the black paint, we'll do a clear coat. Time to primer. Mopar gloss black. If you guys remember, when we did the front splitter on the SRT Charger, I had a lot of gloss black left over. So we're gonna use pitch black, a Chrysler Mopar type color on the truck. I'm sure this is not gonna offend anybody. Ooh, I got 2 of these cans. Awesome. All right, so we got a nice tack coat on everything. Because we're painting over plastic, I never go super thick on the first coat. Plastic is probably the worst thing to paint over. Gonna let that dry just for a few minutes and then go back in with the second coat that's a little bit heavier, and on the third coat, then I go super heavy. Guys, I am so excited for today's partnership because we are partnering up with Ekster. Before I get into what Ekster is all about, I get reached out to on a daily basis from different companies wanting to sponsor videos and showcase product. I only bring to you what I feel is going to be valuable to you or really interesting to me. This is something that caught my eye immediately because I think it's the perfect touch of modern with a sense of traditionalness. So what we have here is the world's largest smart wallet brand. So I mentioned smart wallet. We'll get into what that means here in just a second, but what we have here is the Ekster Senate Wallet, an extremely slick and minimalist wallet, but that's wrapped in a hide grain leather. This immediately caught my attention, not only for the good looks, but this quick action lever, which allows you to access all of your cards with so much ease. For the last year of my life, I've been using this kind of off-brand fake carbon fiber wallet. I like the minimalist design, but unfortunately, it's such a pain to try to get your cards in and out. This is a night and day difference. Simply hit that out, pull out the card you need, swipe it, and go. Now, you might ask, what makes this a smart wallet? And it's this piece right here. So without a doubt, this thing is extremely functional, but a lot of you might know I have a 3-year-old. He's getting to the point in his life where he thinks it's hilarious to take my things and hide them around the house and forget where they are. Unfortunately, my wallet has fallen victim to this multiple times. So what Ekster offers is this tracker right here. This is a Chipolo tracker the size of a credit card. What this allows you to do is actually track your wallet and actually ring it if you do lose it. So this wallet is built for this tracker. You're simply gonna put that in as such. The setup is extremely easy. You download the Chipolo app, pair your card, and you're good to go. Now, the coolest part of this is, say my son has taken my wallet and hid it in his toy box. I'm simply gonna grab my phone, the Chipolo app, select my card, and then simply ring my wallet. Is this gonna play an audible ring, or I can go and track down where the heck this is? It actually tracks it on a map. So say you're at a restaurant, forget your wallet there. From the last time your phone is Bluetooth paired with your wallet, it will show you on a map where you have forgotten it. And what's really cool about today's partnership is Ekster is going to be giving one of you, my subscribers, a free Senate wallet with Chipolo tracker. Now, in addition to that, what I'm gonna do is match their offer with an additional wallet for you to give to a close friend or buddy you might have not seen in quite some time. COVID has impacted nearly every single one of us. A lot of us haven't seen our close friends or family in a while. So my goal with this is to, one, win yourself a sweet little wallet, but allow you an additional piece to send it to a friend or family member to let them know that, hey, I miss you, I love you, haven't seen you in a while, but I'm thinking of you. So you can win this wallet right here by simply doing a few different things. One, be subscribed to this channel. If you have not joined the Lonestar Hawaiian family just yet, scroll down, hit that subscribe button below, just smash that like button. Now, the important part here is to go over to Instagram. Scan this little code right there, take you to Instagram, find this photo, and tag your buddy in that photo. In 7 days, the winner will be selected from the comments of that photo. No purchase necessary, guys. Just simply join the Lonestar Hawaiian family. Head over to Instagram, follow me there, tag a buddy in that photo, and then best of luck to y'all out there. Let's get back to work. All right, guys, we're ready for some clear coat. These pieces have been drying all night long. They're ready to go. We're gonna hit 2 coats of clear on this. But what I also decided to do, and I've been waiting for this, is my Boost Auto Parts tow mirrors here. These mirror caps are paint matched, and I pulled this one off already because what we're gonna be doing actually is sanding these back down and refinishing them. These are just a generic, crappy clear coat, and it's already starting to fade. What I've found since I've done this project is the amazing miracle of this Spray Max Clear Glamour. This is a 2-part clear coat paint. You break the seal on the inside, mix it up together. This clear coat has been the best I've ever seen out of a rattle can ever. So we're gonna sand these mirror caps back down, repaint them, re-clear them, and then we're gonna clear the rest of the pieces over there as well. That means we're getting back to work. Ready, go. We got our first coat of clear on our mirror caps. You remember how bad that looked earlier? This is what happens when you throw 1 coat of clear on it. We're gonna do 3 solid coats because after we're all done and dry, I'm gonna cut it down and do kind of a paint correction similar to that to make it super glossy. But while that is drying, it is time for reassembly. Off camera, I took these inside and did a little bit of a Lonestar Hawaiian touch like I do on most of my projects. This is something you can definitely replicate. Grab some paint pens and just go for it. Also, on the downturn of the LED lights, I think this is gonna be a lot better than the stock AlphaRex design. This bottom section, I don't necessarily like it, so we're eliminating the light altogether at the bottom. So it's just gonna come up, and I think that's gonna pull the front end of this truck up. But the fun part's gonna be reassembly. We have a million screws and a million things to remember where the heck they go. That's gonna be so epic on the truck. What do you think? Woo-hoo! That's what I thought. I just can't stop looking at it. It looks so good. All right, guys, we're back on another day. It's Monday night. I tried so hard to get these things completed over the weekend. Just unfortunately, just couldn't finish it all the way up. So what we've done so far is basically clean up the driver's side, get it somewhat put back together, taped it in place, and plugged it back into the truck to make sure all the lights were functioning properly. There's so much going on the inside of here. The last thing I want to do is hook up something wrong, seal it, and just be kind of out of luck. Time to glue this thing back together. We have the Morimoto Retro Rubber Resealing Glue. For the last 3 headlights I've done, I've just used a really basic silicone. For this one, because I plan on keeping these on my truck till Kingdom Come, we have the Morimoto Resealing Glue. Essentially how this works is it's a roll of the glue that actually OEM manufacturers typically use on their headlamps. What you do is run along the channel with that glue. You're gonna take your lens, place it on the top, and from there, you put this in the oven. You preheat it to 265, I believe, for 7 minutes. You're gonna leave it in there for 7 minutes, pull it back out, and then get clamps and clamp this down tightly to sit for about 30 minutes for it to seal completely. Alright guys, that is 2 headlamps sealing up. I will tell you, after doing 3 headlamps with just a normal silicone, go get the sealing glue. This is a night and day difference from what I was using previously. This was so much less messy and so much easier. This is by far the best we've ever done, but we'll see you tomorrow to install it. And it's finally time to get these headlamps reinstalled on the truck and finally get a true first look at how sick these are gonna look. On top of that, last night I went ahead and put a 2nd and 3rd coat on these mirror caps, and look how glossy that is. Reflection is insane. I'm still gonna cut it down a little bit and polish it out, but geez, I hardly even have to. This looks perfect. Those 4 pieces are completely done. These are gonna be super easy to pop back on. These should be pretty quick to reinstall. Anyways, we're gonna pull the truck back, reinstall the headlamps, and then readjust the headlamps using that one. Well guys, welcome to this highly undisclosed location, also known as behind my house. But I don't know how well I'm going to turn out in this. I know this camera has better low light than my last one, but I am not the focus subject. Oh my goodness. This is the best yet, by far. I have had my fair share of headlamps on this truck, and design after rendering, after trying, after failing, and this is the final version. This is absolutely phenomenal. Look at this line. I love the way this turned out. Basically, the lines of the truck, the lines of the fender, that line simply going over and up It really pulls the front end of the truck up, makes it look a little more aggressive, a little more on its toes. That line coming down, the LED we covered up essentially with paint. Yeah, just taking that out of the equation makes this thing look so much better. It does look a little bit, I'm gonna call it tacky, or just how I did that line on the inside. What I did was actually tape it directly on the seam, but to be honest, that really doesn't matter. Now, I did steal the design from the 6th generation Camaro. The 6th gen Camaros do have that eyelid that kind of pulls up and under and goes up, and I love the way that looks, but this on the truck, I think it looks better than the Camaro. Like, that is phenomenal. And just how the inside turned out as well, just that little touch there, you know how I typically do it with all my designs, and then here on the upper, I love the way that turned out. You actually can see it really, really well on the inside of the housing. I'm gonna go ahead and flip on the headlamps, and you can see how far down the road these lights shine. AlphaRex Nova series are no joke. They are so good, so powerful. The cutoff line is very good as well. Between the Morimotos and the AlphaRex, I do prefer these over the Morimotos. The Morimotos are nice, but this design, my goodness, it's so much better. And then looking all the way down the road, that projects out so well. I'm so happy the way it's, oh, that's really bright. That's not gonna do that. Technically, this road is closed, so I'm gonna get out of here. This turned out so amazing. Guys, really and truly the best this truck has ever looked. Now, I am by no means an expert at any of this. I just have ideas and I loved creating things. It truly gives me energy, and doing things like this just make me very happy at the end of the day. So AlphaRex representing the front, Boost Auto Parts tow mirrors, and of course our Lost Fit LEDs representing the rear, the reverse lights, the third brake light. Really appreciate all these partnerships we've had. And then speaking of partnerships, do not forget, we are giving away 2 Ekster Smart Wallets with that Chipolo tracker. And actually, it came in really handy yesterday when I was trying to leave. So be sure to go and enter to win those 2 wallets. We are living in an unprecedented time. A lot of us haven't seen our friends or family in a long time. If you have, it's probably on a limited basis. So here's your chance to reach out and let them know that you are thinking of them. So be sure to scroll down, hit that subscribe button below, smash the like button on this video. Here's the important part. Head over to Instagram, scan this code, head over to Instagram, find this photo, and tag a buddy in that photo. We'll be selecting the winner from the comments of that photo in 7 days. 1 week turnaround, guys. Be sure from the day this video launches, you have 7 days to go find this photo and tag a buddy in it. But thank you again so much for the continued support. I truly love doing this, and only because of you guys that I get to do it. But as always, we'll see you in a few days for our next video. Until then, take care and aloha.